Rahul Gandhi zindabad. Rahul Gandhi zindabad. Rahul Gandhi Rahul Gandhi
But near the maximum sentence appears to have been imposed after very short arguments. As you know, sentencing is a different, separate, distinct procedure.
Rahul Gandhi defies and disrespects every democratic institution. He should come out of this dynastic mindset.
Welcome to Breaking Views on NDTV. I am Ankit Tyagi. Throughout the day, ladies and gentlemen, Rahul Gandhi and his sentencing, where he has been found guilty of defamation for a statement that he gave in 2019 during the election campaign in Kolar, has been the top story of the day. Will Rahul Gandhi lose his membership? That's what a lot of people today are talking about. And is the Bharatiya Janata Party, the BJP, the Modi government, is it using laws, agencies? They are being weaponized against political opponents. Why is this being said? The simple argument is that, in political battle, a lot of things are said. Remember, massive, there could be a long list of statements by Prime Minister, by other leaders against their political opponents. Should politicians fight it out in the court using criminal defamation? This is not the first time, though, that criminal defamation has been used, but this is the first time, at least what we were trying to research, that a leader of a political party has been convicted for the maximum sentence possible as far as criminal defamation is concerned. And that's why, ladies and gentlemen, we are asking the question, is the government weaponizing the laws against political opponents? Throughout the day, we tried to speak to various leaders of various political parties to give you a sense, a 360-degree view on what politicians, in fact, think about this. Going across right now to Mr. Sushil Modi, who I spoke to just a short while back. Take a look. Let me also tell our viewers that Mr. Modi is also a complainant as far as this statement which was made by Mr. Rahul Gandhi in 2019 is concerned. Mr. Modi, I want to start by asking you, sir, the basic defamation law would tell you that until and unless you are the aggrieved party and you are the one directly in some way being defamed with the statement which has been made, how is it that Mr. Pranesh Modi or you yourself are the party as far as this case is concerned? Why would you go to the court? It was not, your name was not mentioned, neither was Mr. Pranesh Modi's.
No, he has mentioned all the Modis are chore. And I've also filed a case in Chief Judicial Magistrate Court in Patna. And Rahul Gandhi had come to Patna, and he is on bail. And I think by next month, he will have to come to Patna to record his statement. And because Rahul Gandhi at a public meeting in Kolar, Karnataka, just before the Lok Sabha election of 2019, he said that all the Modi surname are chore. So it means all the lakhs of Indians who are having a title of surname as a Modi, all of them are thieves. So he has not only abused or blamed Narendra Modi or Nirav Modi, but he said that all the persons having a Modi surname, all of them are thieves. So I am also a great party because my surname is also Modi. And as soon as he gave this kind of a statement, many people met me in assembly in Patna. They were making fun of me, and they were saying that all Modi are chore. So I've also filed a defamation case in Patna.
Sir,
so you can't go like this.
Okay.
Yes.
But Mr. Modi, I'm quoting it from the judgment of the Surat court, in which Rahul Gandhi first takes name of Prime Minister Modi. Then, of course, in another sentence, he starts speaking about Lalit Modi. Then he speaks, in fact, about Mehul Choksi as well in that. And then, in fact, Nirav Modi. And then he says, सारे चोरों का सरनेम मोदी. उन्होंने ये नहीं कहा कि सारे मोदी चोर होते हैं.
देखिए, अब ये सफाई तो उनको कोर्ट में देनी होगी ना. उन्होंने कोर्ट में सफाई दी, कोर्ट ने उनकी बात को कहां माना. और तो देखिए, उनकी मेमोरी खत्म होने का खतरा है, क्योंकि 2013 के सुप्रीम कोर्ट के जजमेंट के बाद, एज सुन एज एनीबडी इज कन्विक्टेड इन अ केस विच इज मोर देन 2 years, जिसमें 2 साल से ज्यादा की सजा है, उसमें उसकी मेमोरी जा सकती है. अब तो ये बातें उनको कोर्ट में जाकर बतानी पड़ेगी. उन्होंने कोर्ट में उनके वकील ने जरूर बताई होगी. तो ये सफाई देने से नहीं चलेगा ना. आप पब्लिक मीटिंग में देश के प्रधानमंत्री को और देश के लाखों मोदियों को गाली देंगे और कहेंगे सारे मोदी सरनेम वाले चोर हैं, तो ये क्या बर्दाश्त करने योग्य है? क्या ये क्या स्वीकार करने योग्य है?
ओके.
अब मैं समझता हूँ कि देश के कम से कम 1 दर्जन राज्यों के अंदर इस प्रकार के मुकदमे दायर हुए हैं. और मुझे पूरी उम्मीद है कि पटना में सीजीएम कोर्ट जिस तरह से सूरत के कोर्ट ने फैसला दिया है, उसी तर्ज पर पटना के सीजीएम कोर्ट के अंदर भी बहुत जल्द फैसला आएगा.
Okay, Mr. Modi, but may I ask you, sir, you are saying that there is nothing that we have, BJP has to do as far as this case is concerned. Don't you find it unprecedented, sir? We were trying to do some research and find out whether any other political party or an individual, a politician, has been convicted, and that too, the maximum punishment that is possible as far as this case is concerned. Don't you think it is going to open a Pandora box? You are saying that there are more than a dozen cases against Rahul Gandhi filed in various states, many of them from BJP leaders like yourself. Isn't this political parties weaponizing law against their opponents?
No, it is not using law against opponents. If you abuse somebody, if you thrash somebody, so is it not the duty of that person, if you want to go to the court and take the recourse of law? What is harm in it? Because it is not only a political statement. You said that all चौकीदार चोर है, and at that time he has to, उनको सुप्रीम कोर्ट में माफी मांगनी पड़ी थी राहुल गांधी को. तो राहुल गांधी कुछ भी बोलकर निकल जाएंगे, और तो ऐसा तो नहीं चलने वाला है कि आप अपने विरोधियों को जनता की निगाह में उनकी छवि को कम करने के लिए, गिराने के लिए आप उनको चोर कहेंगे. आज तक नरेंद्र मोदी पर किसी तरह का भी कोई आरोप कोई लगाया, लेकिन कोई कहे कि चोर है, डकैत है, तो क्या इस तरह के शब्द प्रयोग करना और देश के प्रधानमंत्री के अपने ओपोनेंट के लिए ये उचित होगा क्या? और
Don't you think that this is, by that yardstick, sir, Rahul Gandhi should also possibly go and file cases against Prime Minister Narendra Modi and other BJP leaders who have gone ahead and said a lot of things against Mr. Rahul Gandhi himself. So don't you think that this is opening this kind of a competitive, using of the law against each other in political battle?
और आपको राहुल गांधी को किसी ने मना किया है क्या? आप भी कोर्ट में जाइए. अगर आपको लगता है कि नरेंद्र मोदी ने या किसी और ने आपको गालियां दी, आपके मान सम्मान को चोट पहुंचाई है, तो आप भी जाइए कोर्ट के अंदर. आखिर 499 क्यों बना?
सवाल कांग्रेस भी उठा रही है
सेक्शन के अंदर
ये सब जो
प्रोविजन है,
ये सब जो पर्सनल बैटल बीजेपी ने अब बना दिया है. पहले भी ऐसे बयान बड़े दिए जाते थे, पहले भी जैसे प्रधानमंत्री जी के लिए भी वो कहते हैं कि पूरी फहरिस्त है, उन्होंने सोनिया गांधी को क्या कहा, राहुल गांधी को क्या कहा, आपके बाकी बड़े सारे नेताओं की भी बात होगी. लेकिन वो कह रहे हैं कि हम उन्हें राजनीतिक बयान पे देखते थे, बीजेपी अब कानून का इस्तेमाल करके हमें दबाने की कोशिश कर रही है.
नहीं, बीजेपी ने कोई कानून का इस्तेमाल नहीं किया. बीजेपी के कुछ लोग जिनका सरनेम मोदी, उनकी भावनाओं को आघात लगा, वो लोग कोर्ट में गए हैं. और कोई भी जा सकता है. वही तो मैं कह रहा हूं कि राहुल गांधी और कांग्रेस के नेताओं को किसने मना किया है कि वो कोर्ट न जाएं? वो भी जाएं कोर्ट और मानने का मुकदमा दायर करें.
किसी के बारे में कुछ कहा तो कोर्ट में फैसला कर लें. ये जनता ना फैसला करे, वोट से आप कोर्ट में फैसला करें.
क्या दिखाता? अगर नहीं, देखिए, हम तो जनता की अदालत में भी 2 बार उनको पराजित कर चुके हैं. ऐसा नहीं कि जनता की अदालत में वो जीत गए. जनता की अदालत में भी राहुल गांधी, उनकी पूरी पार्टी को बीजेपी ने पराजित किया है. लेकिन आप अगर अब शब्दों का प्रयोग करेंगे, गालियां देंगे, तो हमको कोर्ट में जाने का अधिकार है ना. आप 499 को खत्म कर दीजिए. अगर आईपीसी की इसका सेक्शंस है तो उसका रिकोर्स लेने का किसी को अधिकार है कि नहीं अधिकार है?
You mentioned Arvind Kejriwal. Arvind Kejriwal and the Congress party don't see eye to eye. On this issue, Arvind Kejriwal has extended support to Rahul Gandhi. The opposition is using this as another example of how agencies, police and laws are being used by the government to try and silence them, to try and create a chilling effect as far as opposition is concerned. Don't you think the BJP will find it very, very hard to challenge this narrative अगर एक के बाद एक इस तरह के cases होते रहेंगे तो?
No, see, is Arvind Kejriwal going to fight election in Delhi and Punjab in alliance with Congress? Is Mamata Banerjee going to fight in Bengal in alliance with Congress? So giving a statement in favor of some individual party is one thing, but fighting election together is another thing. And I don't think that at any cost Arvind Kejriwal will fight election in Delhi or Punjab or any place in alliance with Congress. इसलिए देखिए, इसको स्टेटमेंट देने से ऐसा नहीं इसका मतलब है कि पूरा जो सारे विपक्षी दल के लोग वो एक हो जाएंगे या एक हो, इसका अर्थ कदापि नहीं है. और देखिए, इस देश के अंदर कभी भी विपक्ष एक नहीं हो सकता है. और कम से कम नरेंद्र मोदी के खिलाफ कभी विपक्ष एक नहीं हो सकता है.
In the end, Mr. Modi, I want to ask you one question. You said that Rahul Gandhi could lose his membership. Is the Bharatiya Janata Party, you as a member of Rajya Sabha, is there any plan to move to the speaker's office in that regard as well to get him disqualified?
No, I'm not a competent person to comment on this because I don't know what is the party stand, but I personally feel that his membership, he will not be able to retain his membership. This is my personal feeling. But what the party will do, the party will decide. I'm not a part of that decision-making body.
Don't you think it will make him a political martyr if he's disqualified?
तो उनको तो खुश होना चाहिए. If you think he will become political martyr, then he should be happy that BJP is giving him an opportunity. Then why you are blaming BJP? You should appreciate BJP that BJP is making him a martyr. देखिए, राहुल गांधी जैसे लोग कभी भी राजनीतिक शहीद नहीं हो सकते हैं, तो इसलिए इसका कोई राजनीतिक लाभ उनको नहीं मिलेगा इसमें से.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sushil Modi, for joining us, sir, and speaking to us here on NDTV. One of the complainants against Rahul Gandhi is hoping that he will also get a similar judgment in Patna, where he has filed this application. But as it comes down to that question, is politics now being, or political opponents being targeted by using all the options available in the law? That's the question now in the People's Court. Before I go across and play out the conversation that I had with Congress MP Manish Tiwari to get a counter view on what Sushil Modi said, let me also bring you at this moment the legal aspect as far as this entire controversy is concerned. There are two important things to in fact ponder about or to think about here. And joining me now is Shadan Farasat, Advocate, Supreme Court. So thank you so much for speaking to us. I want to start by asking you, I was just going through, through the research when we were trying to put this program together, and I came across the defamation law, which essentially said reference to a generic class of persons are not actionable unless an individual can show a direct reference to themselves. How in this case, Mr. Sushil Modi or any other BJP leader been able to prove that it was defaming them, the statement that was made by Rahul Gandhi?
So yes, you are right. I think a fundamental rule of defamation, specifically criminal defamation, is that if you are going to attack a class of people, it doesn't give a cause of action. You have to attack through a defamatory statement an individual. Now, in this case, what has Rahul Gandhi said? I mean, after today's judgment, I have not had an opportunity to examine the judgment because it's in Gujarati. But insofar as the statement of his which I have seen, he has not even said that all people of a certain name are thief. He has said the reverse, which is that why is it that all thieves are of this name? Am I making that clear?
Absolutely.
So he is saying कि सारे चोरों का नाम X क्यों होता है? He is not saying कि सारे X चोर होते हैं. So it's not even if you look at it just technically, purely just let's look at what he said. He has not even said कि सारे लोग सारे फरासत चोर है. For instance, just using my own surname.
Yeah.
He had said सारे चोरों का नाम फरासत क्यों होता है. So why should anybody else have a problem if he's not a thief? I mean, just looking at it purely on the text of what he has said.
Right.
I mean, I'm not even on technicality. So I'm a little surprised that a third person who really was not connected could not just file a criminal defamation, but actually succeed in it. So that's one.
Okay.
But even assuming, let us assume for the moment that he would have said the other thing, which is that every person with this surname is a thief. Now, that's a generic statement. And in our political culture, legally, it's not actionable. So I'm not sure how the court has overcome that. I'll have to see the judgment. But certainly that's the fundamental principle, number one. And second, in our culture, in our history, in terms of political speech, these are all things which are, statements are made. I, as a kid, I mean, I was in 1989, I was, as a child, I remember in the 89 elections, the slogan used to be Gali Gali mein shor hai, ex chor hai. If you remember, I don't know. In the 89 election, the Bofors, right? Now, so this has happened. I mean, these allegations, counter allegations in politics is there. Now, this kind of political speech cannot be sought to be criminalized.
So do you think that this is the criminal defamation being used as a weapon against political parties, and that's why there is this whole argument to do away with criminal defamation?
No, absolutely. So I think there is a criminal defamation. This is the most unfit case for criminal defamation.
Okay.
The kind of cases which are fit for criminal defamation, if at all, let's assume it deserves to be on the statute book, then it would be if I say that X is corrupt, he made 5,000 crores by giving a contract to Y, and he's made his money, his family has made money, and all of that is false. Then that's clearly defamatory. Then there's an actionable case for defamation. Okay. Not a passing 3-word that, why are all thieves X, Y, Z?
Sir, very quickly, because I'm completely out of time on this, on the question of Rahul Gandhi being disqualified, should we at this moment assume, given the Supreme Court order and the repercussion of that, is he already disqualified? Does he have some remedy left? Because there is a lacuna there.
No, so my understanding is until there is a formal sort of process by the Secretariat of Lok Sabha, I don't think that kicks in. So my sense is that there's not a de facto straight away disqualification which he is already born. That will have to follow. So that's number one, to answer your question. That's not yet happened in my understanding of things. And secondly, I think if for these kind of things we are going to disqualify, it's actually a bit of a joke. I mean, the law is not meant for this at all. It's really it's laughable. I mean, that's why I'm laughing also, because if you're going to disqualify a person for this, really, that's not the intent of the law.
This is not the intent of the law, and that's why, the allegation by the opposition that every means possible is being used against the opposition. Whether, it is under the law or, as they say, the agencies are an extension of the government. But that's the allegation. People will have to decide. The courts, the higher courts will then have to, of course, decide as far as this case is concerned. But Mr. Farasa, thank you so much for giving us that legal point of view on this, sir. Manish Tiwari, the Congress leader, spoke to us just a short while back, ladies and gentlemen, to present the Congress side of the argument as far as this entire case is concerned. Listen in. Mr. Tiwari, thank you for joining us here on NDTV. I want to start by asking you, sir, the Congress party at this moment, there are protests going on in many parts of the country. The BJP says that everything has been done according to the law. Why is the Congress making it a spectacle?
Well, ultimately, there is a judgment which has been delivered by a court in Surat. And the text of that judgment is still awaited. Once we get the text of the judgment, we would peruse it as to why the judge came to the conclusions that he decided to come to. And obviously, there would be an appeal, and the regular course of law in terms of whatever are the statutory appeals would be followed.
Mr. Tiwari, now, of course, coming to the question of what the BJP members are raising, they are now demanding immediate disqualification of Rahul Gandhi. They are quoting Lily Thomas versus Union of India, July 2013 case, in which the judgment, in fact, had said that any MP, MLA convicted and given minimum 2 years in jail loses membership of the House immediately. Is there a real threat to Rahul Gandhi's membership in the Parliament?
Well, as far as I understand from the news reports, the sentence has been suspended for 30 days, and he has been given time to appeal to the Court of Sessions, where the appeal would lie. So therefore, we'll have to really await the text of the judgment to exactly see what the judgment is and what is the subsequent order which has been passed. But I would like to reverse the charge and ask the Bharatiya Janata Party that if courts have arrived at certain conclusions, which in my respectful opinion as a lawyer, perhaps are erroneous, why is the BJP exulting over it so much? So therefore, if there is a legal process which has been followed as they claim, that legal process will then be followed to its logical conclusion. After all, there is a series of appeals which lie till the Supreme Court of India. And Indian jurisprudence holds that you are innocent until proven guilty. And that innocence does lend itself into the appeal process also.
Sir, but till the time another court, a higher court, overturns this sentence, Rahul Gandhi will be presumed guilty till the time any other, higher court comes out and says anything on the contrary, isn't it?
Well, essentially, there is a judgment of the court of, I think it's an ACMM's court. And so therefore that judgment does hold the field. But as I was earlier stressing that going by whatever reports are available in the public space, it seems that 30 days have been given to appeal. Now, I am not very sure whether the sentence has been suspended for those 30 days. We'll have to actually await and see the fine print of the order. But one thing seems very evident from whatever media reports are there, that the court has granted time, which is the statutory time available under the law, in order to approach a higher court.
Mr. Tiwari, Mr. Rahul Gandhi, by not apologizing as far as this criminal defamation case is concerned, there are a lot of political commentators and, of course, others, watchers, those who are saying that he is trying to be a political martyr. Is this, a moment as far as Rahul Gandhi is concerned, a big political moment as far as Rahul Gandhi is concerned, a message being sent across ahead of 2024 elections?
Well, essentially, I'm in no position to second guess as to what is the position that Mr. Rahul Gandhi took in court. That is entirely between him and his lawyers. I have not had the occasion of actually perusing whatever proceedings took place in court. And so therefore, I am not in a position to comment about it. And as I said, that being a lawyer, I am a little circumspect till the time I have not really studied the judgment carefully. I do not make off-the-cuff remarks.
But sir, you are a politician as well. Politically, how do you see the impact of what has happened, today in the court?
Well, it's a legal order by a court of law, and the remedy lies in law also. And the remedy is, as I've explained it to you, an appeal to the next higher court.
Right. But then of course, the question would be that if it is just a legal process, and of course he has legal remedies left for himself, then why are the Congress members on the streets protesting against it?
Well, essentially, you have people who may possibly have a disagreement with the verdict, and therefore they are articulating their disagreement in whatever manner in which they deem fit. But insofar as the strict legal proposition is concerned, the strict legal proposition is absolutely clear. If you have a verdict by a particular court, the remedy lies in a higher court, and that remedy will be energized and that remedy will be availed.
Do you agree with your party colleagues, those who have been saying that this is another example of how law is being weaponized against the opposition leaders, to silence the opposition leaders?
Well, as I told you, I have not studied the fine print of the judgment. I am not very sure as to why the judge has arrived at those conclusions and why the maximum punishment available under Section 500 of the IPC has been meted out in this case. The little that I understand defamation law, and I have had the occasion of doing certain matters in almost every court, my understanding is that if there is a generic comment which has been made, that generic comment actually the courts are circumscribed from taking cognizance of it. But obviously, there is a court which has given a judgment. It has handed out a sentence. We will study the judgment. We will peruse the fine print and we will avail our legal remedies.
Do you find it ironic, sir, that Rahul Gandhi, along with few other prominent politicians in 2016, was one of the petitioners, one of the who went to the Supreme Court against the criminal defamation? I mean, to do away with the criminal defamation as far as the Supreme Court is concerned, which was later turned down, and now he finds himself being convicted in the same law.
Well, let me jog your memory a little and rewind it a little further back. In 2013, when I was the Minister of Information and Broadcasting, I had mooted a proposal that the criminal aspect of defamation needs to be done away with. I believe that it's a civil wrong, and the remedy actually must lie in civil law rather than criminal law. And therefore, that's a view that I held then when I was a minister in the Union, and that's a view which I hold even now.
Before I let you go, sir, my last question to you, do you see this as an embarrassment or a political opportunity for the Congress party?
Well, essentially, all I see this as is a legal verdict, and a legal verdict where the remedy, which I have been stressing for the last 5 or 7 minutes,
yes,
lies in the law, and that remedy would be energized.
As always, the idea on Breaking Views is to get views and opinions and opinion makers from all hue and color to give you a better picture on the top stories of the day. That's what we tried on this. Now it's up to the People's Court to decide how this plays out for Rahul Gandhi. Thank you so much for joining us.